Well, hello and welcome to Lengro live at midday. I'm Claire Lengro with some very wind-swept hair here. Pat Taylor, how are you? As many of you know, I've been feeling really poorly the last couple of weeks. But I've got to tell you guys, let me give you some advice first and foremost today. I got myself up, I had a bath, I got myself dressed, I did my hair. Okay, a couple of hair pieces might have slipped in, but I feel better for doing it, guys. And I know that you will too. I've been in the club as well today. And Michelle Hayes, you were in the club with me. And poor Michelle Hayes, guys, can we please send her some love? She broke her ankle and she's going to get a boot tomorrow, aren't you, Michelle? So better a boot and to still have the foot. That's what my grandmother would have said. Vicky Baker, how are you? Hello, I hope I say this right. Nosheen, Manib. I recently found out that the Lengro family, the name, when you take it back to Sanskrit, also can be interpreted and related to Patels. So isn't that incredible that the journey of my family and looking as white-skinned as I do, that we are all joined, guys. We really, really are. Rose Pierce, I sent you a link. It is about time, Rose, isn't it? Thank you very much. I did know when I woke up last night with the most ferocious appetite that I was on the road to being mended, guys, as well. I'm going to have to put my other glasses on because I'm wearing contact lenses that aren't strong enough to read all of your things. I smelled, says Rose Pierce. Indeed, I always have. It's okay. She's known me since I was a kid. Sure, it's true. And do you know what? Should we be a bit naughty today, guys? Feel free to tell me what you've done that is naughty. I want to know, and I will be doing readings, and I have my favorite people backstage as well. Who's Zooming who this Christmas, guys? Who are you going to be spending your Christmas with on Zoom? And there's no reason not to get dressed up for it. Look, I've even got these talons on, which are going to make it incredibly hard to direct today, but I will give it my best go. I'm sure Michelle, Pat, and Vicky and all of you, that you want me to give you a little bit of an astrological update and some tarot card readings as well. So you know that we had a full moon, okay, on Monday. Everybody runs for cover. We know it was a blue moon. Were you all looking out the window and sort of seeing how blue it was? It's not the color blue, okay? And also it wasn't, as some astrologers say, and I'm not going on any legal grounds here, as astrologically important as other full moons. Why? Because astrologically, it was called a blue moon because it was two blue moons. It's called a calendar blue moon. Does that make sense? Because they fall when there's normally 31 days, you can get two full moons. So it wasn't the result of a conjunction, but don't worry. I feel like Martin Lewis now. Don't worry, okay? It's all right. I've got you with this because we've got different kind of blue moons. You've got a calendar, or as you're supposed to say, calendrical. You've got seasonal and astrological. So don't worry that the full moon was bad for you, okay? But what I do want to say to you guys is, let's have a look. I've written down my notes for you about charging. You wanted to know. So you charge your gemstones, your crystals, if you have them, in a window for the sun and the moonlight on full and new moons. You can bury them in the earth with salt. But I would suggest that you first cleanse them and supercharge them at full or new moons, or even around. If you feel you've missed the boat, get a charging plate. And I did buy some in this week. So inbox me. They're not in the shop. A charging plate, you can charge your gemstones wherever you like. What's important? Mars went into Aries on June the 27th of this year. But it stays there till January the 6th of the new year. What does that mean to you? It's about spontaneous power being pushed forward, guys, okay? We're all feeling that way. The good news is, and I want you to know this, I wrote this down for you. Let's have a look. Venus is no longer in Scorpio. Wow. Did you feel what happened when Venus was in Scorpio? Did you hate your loved ones? Okay. Did you sort of look at them with daggers? Did they think that you had 666 in the back of your head? It's okay. It's over. All right. It's over. That's probably why my voice is a bit rough. Maybe I was talking in tongues. Just kidding. Don't take me too seriously. Yes, so a charging plate. Nicola Marmont, the full moon was on Monday. And although it was a good one, we have some really important things going on. Venus has now entered Sagittarius. I like this, but as far as the world is concerned, it means light bulbs are turned on. We learn new ways to live with restraints. What do I believe? If I was writing in one of the national newspapers that I write for, I would definitely say world change is coming. But although we've had a lockdown, we're going to be jolted back into real life like we have, back again, okay, but then with new rules. So they'll be odd. And we think that the politicians don't know what they're doing. But let me tell you, there are going to be things in place. And I think it's about deciding who wants to live by certain rules and who doesn't, and making it applicable for all. But you know what I do know? We're moving into the age of Aquarius, guys, and an age lasts 2,000 years. But let me tell you, if you do the best you can with the changes that we're having at the moment, then you can come out on top. You know, our parents, in some cases, our grandparents went through Second World Wars, didn't they? And we don't have to see any blood and gore, but we do have to see death, don't we? That was quite a serious moment then, wasn't it? Was that like an epiphany? No, that was Cleopatra Lengro just talking, I think. I wanted to say to you, I want to know who you are spending Christmas with. And think of the blessing, guys. I'm going to Zoom all my best friends. And Rose, just so you know, when we Zoom on Christmas Day, I'm going to have on my holiest tracksuit bottoms with my worst, oldest, most comfortable slippers, but my nails are going to look fab. And actually, if you like nails, I have been sent some amazing Christmas nails by Laura, who's in Lengro magazine, and I need to talk to you all about Lengro magazine as well. But Davina, gorgeous girl with big changes ahead for you as well. You love the planet talk. It's about making our planet what we want it to be from here on in, isn't it? Lots of people having problems sleeping. Nobody in Lengro goes without their problems, and neither do any of you guys. But can I just say a huge thank you to everybody who writes in Lengro for free for all of you guys every week. And Kirsty Constable has had to move towns, lose a house, find a house. And if you read Lengro magazine today, guys, she says about having headaches and having sleeping problems. And I was having the same thing. I didn't sleep till 5 a.m. when there was a full moon. Me and Monty were just sort of staring out the window thinking, But let me tell you, if you do the things which Kirsty says, in terms of Rose, when you're having a bad day, tits and teeth, sorry, but that's what she says. I got myself up, got myself dressed. Kirsty swears by exercise. I went for an 1.5-hour walk yesterday because I've not been out the house properly for a couple of weeks. Today, my, what do you call it? Is it serotonin levels? My energy levels are back. And I'm happier about things, and not listening to the news, listening to lots of good music, courtesy of mostly of Jack and M and all the group at Lengro. Lulu heard you are spending Christmas with your children and mum, and I'd better get a reading in, hadn't I? But we've got so much. Margaret Charlton, I love hearing your stories. I'll be with my son James and my cat Mia. My daughter was almost called Mia, one of them actually, chilling out, making the most of Christmas. Michelle is sleeping well now as well. And Carmen Ingram, gorgeous girl. My cat keeps me up. Yeah. I think we should do a report about full moons. Did Monday's full moon affect you? And also, do you work in an industry where full moons affect the people that you work with as well? You can't see your family this year. So this is what I'm saying, Kat. We don't need to see them physically, but we can Zoom and think of the things that you can do. Okay, next person that asked for a reading, I'm going to do a 1-card reading because we have got a lot to get through today and a lot of uplifting to do because I've been working from bed. Sorry about that, guys. Let's have a look. Jan Oaks, I will be with my daughter, her partner, and her grandson for Christmas. Oh, how wonderful. How wonderful is that? Michelle Hayes, your cat makes odd noises. Okay, I like playing detective. Give me a clue. What kind of noise? Write what the kind of noise, and I'll get Sam to impersonate the noise for you. Or probably M, because she lives around lots of animals, doesn't she? There you go. So the first person to comment was Vicky Baker. So Vicky Baker, I'm going to pick you a card, and I'm going to get to lots of you, don't worry. Can I ask you, Vicky, before I pick your card, could you all just stop for a moment and like, follow and share the page, and even better, start a watch party, guys, as well, if you can. For those of you that are over from Derek Akora's page, I will be there this week once I've sorted out my diary, and I'll know for sure later on tonight. And for those of you that have booked a reading, I have replied to you, but I will book you in the diary about 3 o'clock this afternoon. I like it when it's busy. Vicky Baker, the King of Cups, someone let you down. Can I say that with this card straight away, Vicky, I get the feeling that you put too much in too soon. So almost sort of saying, when I've met somebody, they're it. And although we can get that first impression, always, guys, let the other person prove themselves to you. Prove that what they say is in the packet, ladies and gentlemen, is truly in it. Why? Because if not, Vicky, and all of you guys and girls out there, our self-esteem begins to wash away, and emotionally we feel a lot weaker than we should. And in this day and age, right now, I've made the decision, we're going to have fun, okay? If, as an astrologer, the planets tell me that this is going to be these massive changes, the 14th, the 21st of December, what you make it, then let's make our lives count. What do you think? Let's start, why don't you think, by finding out what we should watch at the movies, because we can turn the movies, guys, into our own home, can become the movies. And here's how.
Hello.
Hello.
A little dance there, got caught out again. How are we today, girls?
Good. Very well, Jack? Thank you. How are you?
Yes, I'm great, thank you. Hello, everybody. Hello, Margaret, Pat, Michelle, and Jan. So,
whilst I think of it,
yeah.
Now, who was it? Michelle Hayes said my cat makes funny noises on the full moon. On Monday night, my cat was just walking up and down our corridor, like meow, 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 meow. And I opened the door for her. I gave her food. I gave her water. I gave her everything, and she would not be consoled. She was just like up and down, meow, meow, meow. She's very vocal, so I just thought I'd say that. Sorry.
I just wanted to say before, I think everybody's dying to know, Em, did you get your spa?
I did.
Have you been in it?
No. We have to fill it up with water and get chemicals and unpack it and do all that sort of stuff. So, yeah. And luckily the weather's gone a little bit colder. So it's good. Hopefully we'll get it set up for the next 40-degree day, which I don't know. Jax, do you know how that transfers, like 40 degrees to English time? Is it like 100 or 110 or?
I don't know. Sam, do you know?
I don't know, but my friend Google will know.
Well, you'll have to Google that for me. We ought to get down to leading ladies, shouldn't we, lovely?
Yes, I think we should. What have you been watching, Em, this week?
Well, this week I watched Bad Mums, which is Bad Mums Christmas, which is just something that really, really lifts my spirits. It's funny, it's clever, it's just really, really good fun. It's a little bit crude, so watch it with your older children. But no, it's fantastic and such an amazing cast. And basically, it's about three mothers who are completely stressed with the pressures of Christmas, go out, get drunk, have a fabulous time, then get home and find their mothers have arrived. And their mothers have the most different personalities. Like, one's very rich and condescending, and the other just wants to be her daughter's best friend. Excuse me. And the third one is like a pot smoking, getting drunk, dancing with strippers sort of guy, and it's just fun. It's really, really good fun, and it's great for this time of year. So, and then the second film that I watched was Sweet River, which is totally different. It's set in Australia in bamboo fields. I couldn't find out where it was meant to be set. I think it's New South Wales. But my husband says that often it's like, 104 degrees Fahrenheit.
Thanks, Jan.
Thank you so much, Jan. Yeah, so it's set in the bamboo fields, and this lady, her child's been killed by a serial killer, and he lived in this town, and that was, the kind of all the clues, but her son's body was never found. And so she goes up to the town, but the town's really, really strange. Like, all the townspeople have a big, big secret. And so it's a bit weird. It reminded me a lot of Children of the Corn. Have you seen that film?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Like that, it's definitely for people that kind of like that sort of film, I'd say. It's kind of a bit mysterious. There's another film that was out not so long ago called The Tall Grass. I don't know if it was just because it was just big bits of grass, but I think that kind of, it kind of sets the precedent for the film. Because I hate to be lost in big, tall bits of grass. Like, I'm too short for that. Like,
we know I'm definitely too short for that. Let's be honest.
No.
Well, like you, I watched a happy feel-good film, The Happiest Season, with Kristen Stewart. It's on Sky Store.
I like that.
And she plays a character called Abby, and she's been invited by her girlfriend Harper to go and stay with Harper's family for Christmas. But Harper hasn't told her family that she's gay. So Abby doesn't know this, and she's decided she's going to propose to Harper at Christmas. But on the journey to the parents' house, Harper then tells her that they don't know. So she wants them to pretend they're just roommates. So when they get there, they have to just pretend they're roommates, and all sorts of things happen. She gets into like trouble with the ex-boyfriend comes along, and the whole family are a bit strange. The mum's a bit of a control freak and everything. But it's a really good film, and I think this really, Kristen Stewart has found her own, has come into her own sort of in this film. And I really enjoyed it. So that's a really good, happy film to watch. And the second one is my Rotten Tomato. It's Hunt with Hilary Swank. Now, I thought with Hilary in it, it's going to be a fantastic film because she's a brilliant actress. And
she's usually great, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I just didn't like this film at all. It was way too violent for me. And it's about a group of wealthy Americans who hunt people for sport. So these people wake up in this clearing, and they're lost. They don't know where they are. They're gagged. They've got their hands tied up, and they are being hunted, but they don't know. And as they're sort of going along, they find this big box of weapons like guns and knives and things they can defend themselves with. But there's booby traps all over the place, and it just shows you how sort of they all get killed. And this one woman who's the heroine, she kind of gets away. And the end scene is with her and Hilary Swank, and they have this fight scene at the end, and it goes on and on and on for about, about 20 minutes. And you think, how on earth can they survive? After, it's like you get stabbed, but then you get up and you carry on. It's one of those sort of films. But Emma Roberts,
a bit like The Hunger Games, though.
Yeah, it's not though. The Hunger Games was fantastic. That was absolutely brilliant. So it's kind of like
it was kind of like a super violent Hunger Games.
Yeah, there's lots of unnecessary violence in it. So that was my Rotten Tomato. But Sam, what have you been watching?
Well, I've gone completely different direction as always. I went for Shark White Summer because sharks, they terrify me, but they fascinate me at the same time. So it's sort of like, it's one of those, I can't help but watch. So it was all about the summer of 2001 in America. I don't remember. I mean, I remember all these things happening. I just didn't realize it was 2001. So everything sort of got eclipsed by 9/11. It was because we were out there at the time when people were getting attacked by sharks on the East Coast. But obviously it just didn't tweak with me. But it was really interesting because it's not only focused on the people who lost their life, it focused on those that survived. And I don't think that I have to remind anyone that you cannot outswim a shark. So if you are getting attacked by a shark, you will not win by outswimming it. They're a lot bigger than us, and they're hurt, and they'll bite you. But then I had
really negative in the nose, aren't you, Sam?
Sorry?
I think if you get attacked by a shark, you're meant to punch them in the nose.
Yes, yeah, but it depends on what kind of shark it is, which I didn't
mean,
realise.
not
I thought
that
it was just punch it in the nose.
I don't think I would punch them in the nose. I think I'd be so freaked out that I'd be like, so the thought of punching them in the nose would be like,
I don't know. I mean, I'm looking at watching Deep Blue Sea next week, carrying on the shark theme. But there is something they do in that theme and in that film, and I think I will just walk around with some heavy duty jewelry. If I'm going in the water from now on, that is what I'm doing. But obviously they've not done it since. It was 2001. It's fine. So then I watched my Rotten Tomato for the week, Final Destination 5. Although I put it as a Rotten Tomato, and I know it's very rare for us to have two, it does finish off the whole franchise perfectly, which I was really surprised because not a lot of franchises do they? But it literally takes you back to the very first one, and the acting was actually quite good, but some of the scenes were just a bit dark. I don't think, if a bridge is going to collapse, then you're going to die. It doesn't matter what you're going to do, no matter how many wires and things come down and take your head off. But apart from that, I then will go back to the nice positivity, and I watched Christmas in New York inside the plaza, and I loved it. I don't know how many people have been to New York for Christmas. It's fantastic. I was there 2 years ago.
Imagine.
We went into the plaza. It's beautiful, but I don't think the employees get enough credit for everything that they do. But behind the scenes, obviously in the show, you see everything that they are up to. And it's absolutely fantastic. You see a bit of Christmas in New York. I mean, I was a bit disappointed that it didn't crazy snow. It did snow a little bit when we were there, but not a lot. And it didn't when they were filming Christmas in New York either. But it was absolutely fantastic. Well, I'd love to know what Claire thinks, obviously, because she lived in New York, so had many Christmases over there.
Christmas in America in general is just incredible. Yeah. Like, I was lucky enough to spend one Christmas in America, but it was in California, and it was my best Christmas ever. It was like being in a film. There was eggnog, and everybody gave you free drinks when you walked into shops. And then I got into my friend's house, and somebody was playing piano, and I was just like, I think Christmas in America is good.
Yeah, and New Year's Eve, I've spent New Year's Eve in New York. That was amazing.
That's the next one I want to do. I'm coming on, New York expert, Claire. You've got to tell us your stories from New York.
Well, I moved to New York when I was 19. I was there 3 years, and I had no money when I was there. And I went back 5 years ago with my oldest daughter, Carmen, for her 12th birthday. And I think New York's a magical place. And I was lucky enough to live there before 9/11. And I think, it's such a changed place now. I think I was blessed to sort of see it in the way that we see it in movies, etc. But yeah, I mean, anywhere I travel to is magical. It's what you make it. Can I just say that Z is watching, and we're going to come to you in just a moment, Z. But Laura, I think it's really, really unfair that they don't let us talk about film, right? And they think we've got bad taste. I may be a bit of an 80s girl, but what's wrong with an 80s film?
I love an 80s film. They're the best. They are the best.
They are. You were talking about Footloose anyway, to do with Phoenix Rising, weren't you, the other day? So, see, 80s films always have a link to things.
They do. Yeah, I got really into Footloose. I love Footloose. And I put in my article this week, I said about kind of set the scene. When I was growing up in the kind of the early to mid noughties, Footloose was one of my Sunday movies, and I'd often watch it sat on my blue inflatable sofa, which were Like, you were cool if you had an inflatable sofa.
Oh yeah, in the 90s, all the rage. Yes.
So I would chill out and I'd be wrapped in like my blanket and just chilling out watching Footloose. And it was like a real go-to film for me. There he is. That was that came from, I think that was one of the remake ones that he did, which was really good.
Look at how well he's aged as well. I mean, look at that.
Yeah.
Well, he was in actually, because one of, I think, was it Sam? You reviewed R.I.P.D. on.
Yes. Yeah.
That, isn't he?
He's absolutely brilliant in that too.
Yeah, really good.
I think we should start a Kevin Bacon fan club, Lengro fan club.
I love Kevin Bacon. I really, really do.
Kevin Bacon has so many fan clubs, but him and his wife are just so gorgeous. Do you follow them on Facebook? I follow them on Facebook, and they're always doing these awesome videos.
Absolutely amazing. Listen, in a moment, Laura's got to give some chakra guidance and tell you a little bit more about Phoenix Rising, which I have to say was quite life-changing for me, actually, Laura. But Sam does need to talk about some oils. But listen, we were talking earlier, ladies, about with Jem about wrapping presents up, and it was in the magazine today. So this is what present wrapping should look like.
That's not what mine looks like.
Have you got a picture of one of yours?
This is what mine looks like on a good day.
I remember I phoned this lady the night before her daughter's birthday, and we were on a video call, and you should have seen Claire wrapping the presents. I was like, you need to fold it like that. It was so fun. She was just like, I think Jem will have given you good advice, my darling.
Exactly. And what else I wanted to say to you as well, we have got some stuff to talk about with oils in a moment. You're going to come back and talk about that, aren't you? But I was going to bring the photographs up. You've got some fabulous things with your oils there. Oops, thank you for showing us that. And I could see, I mean, she said she was making things up. And
oh yes, how did you get on there?
Sam, have you been using social media again? I need a bit of sense.
Maybe.
Go to Laura for a bit of chakra guidance. If you can just bear with me a moment. Sam, we need to talk backstage. Come on.
Okay.
So this week's chakra guidance, I'm all about the heart chakra, and I wear my green top just to go in with that green heart chakra energy there as well. So this week, you will find that bonds between you and other people will strengthen, even if you have been estranged from these people, or perhaps maybe you've not spoken to them so much lately. But bonds this week, this is a real good week to really honor that heart chakra and let those bonds strengthen. However, do not be pulled astray from your own path. Okay, so if you are getting back in touch with someone that you've not spoken to for a while, or perhaps you've been estranged from them, don't feel like you need to adapt your plans to fit them. Okay, make sure you continue on your path and they continue on theirs. But this is a real good week to maybe patch things up, to kind of really get closure on any current issues, anything unresolved, and just have that kind of use this open window this week to rekindle anything, any friendships, any family relationships, any romantic relationships, anything like that at all. Use this week to rekindle that. But do not cause yourself unnecessary pain and stress just out of principle. Okay, so you might feel a bit kind of spiteful, like, no, I don't want to do this because they've done this and that. But I think this week, if you do want to patch things up, it's a real time to do that, even if it's been a while since you've been in touch with these people. So pull up your big pants and do what needs to be done. So that is your chakra guidance for this week. There we are for everyone. So Claire, what do you think of that?
I think I'm going to quickly take my sweet out my mouth because I didn't know how long it would be. Oh dear. And someone's trying to ring my phone as well. I'm going to bring the other girls on in just a moment, but I can't thank you enough for Phoenix Rising. So I just wanted to take a moment for you to tell other people about it, because I know and in particular, I know you won't mind me saying, Chloe Needham, if you're watching, or any of the other psychics that are building their businesses at the moment, Laura, I think you've got a message for them, haven't you?
I do. So last week I ran my Create a Spark challenge, which was aimed at women with spiritual and holistic businesses. And what I didn't teach you how to do what you do, but how to elevate what you do and how you deliver it. And from then on, I'm offering my Phoenix Rising mentorship, which gives you a whole library of content, of training, of how to really elevate, to lift your brand, to kind of build kind of your social media, your platform, your following, and really rise up. So if you're kind of at a point where you've got a spiritual or a holistic focused business, then what the Phoenix Rising mentorship will do is that will give you the tech knowledge and the branding knowledge and all that juicy knowledge of how to just take it bigger, to make more money and have more time from doing what you love. So that's what that's all about.
Absolutely love that. Now, it's hard, isn't it, sometimes, Laura, to get ourselves inspired and to want to sort of go on to do the next step with things. Let me just take this message off here. Bear with me, guys. You know what I'm doing. So I've got a gentleman I'd like to talk about now, but I can't talk about him alone. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a gentleman called Craig. And if you want to know what Craig does, look at that. Then I've got a lady here that's going to come on and tell us all about him.
Hello, how are you again?
Craig was supposed to be our cover star, but unfortunately we didn't realize we couldn't get all of Lengro on any other covers, so we took the cover today. But Craig is actually our cover boy, and you're the lady who interviewed him. Could you tell everyone why that he was in Lengro today? And Z, his other half, is commenting. She's up in Maryland, USA.
I know, I can't believe that Z's up. I mean, isn't it 4:31 in the morning? It's wow, you're an amazing lady. Yes, Craig, he's a very, very inspirational artist. Basically, he just has a passion for creativity, and it's just very, very inspiring. Like, his work is absolutely beautiful, and he creates joys the most is looking at an image, you know, a landscape or something, but creating his own reality from that. And yeah, I just love that. And he's also a teacher at a school, and inspires, you know, young boys and girls, like huge classes of children.
Yeah.
And he makes sure that he tries to reach everybody and makes them feel confident and willing to share their creativity with other people. So yeah, he's
so amazing. So
very, very honoured to meet him. And it was very international, wasn't it, Claire?
It was very international as well. We were doing a Zoom call to the US of A, but of course, Z is a friend and an old client of mine as well. And one of the things I wanted to link to here, guys, is Z, I hope you don't mind me saying, but Craig, her other half, lived in Atlanta, Georgia. And since the virus, Craig has moved to be in Maryland with Z. And I was just wondering, guys, how many of you with the new move have had to, our dogs are barking at each other now, Jack. I want to say, how many of you with the new rules have had to make decisions about your relationships that's either made the relationship or ended it at the moment? And do you need any help with that at all? Because we here at Lengro are here to help. But also, I thought you were talking about movies. We were talking about different things that have sort of come true. I've got a few quick tests for you guys. Sorry, I've got Monty barking away there, but I know there's someone downstairs. Let's have a little look. So I want to give away some readings today, but I also want to know how clever you girls are. So I'm going to have to put my glasses on for this one. Then I'm going to bring up a quiz for everybody else that's watching. It's very, very easy. So true or false? In fact, could you have you all got a piece of paper and a pen?
Oh, I don't know that I have.
Yes.
I can grab one.
No, you can go first each time. It's fine. Okay. For the rest of you, I don't want any cheating, okay? Because Santa's watching, all right? Guys, you're going to join in. This is a trial run, then I've got one specially for you guys. True or false? You can put a T or an F. Left-handed people were considered unlucky or cursed in ancient Rome. What do you think?
True.
Okay. It was true. Well done, guys. You can all join in here. Okay. Honoring.
Oh, was that what we were meant to do or not? No.
Well, you all said true for that one, so you kind of got that one. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but the others have got to write down their answers. So keep your answer to yourself then until I ask you, please.
Okay.
Okay. I've gone from Martin Lewis to I don't know. What's the guy that does this on a game show? Okay, I think of him now. It's probably the guy from I'm a Celebrity, Vern, Jack's favourite.
Oh, Vernon Kay.
Does he do that with the Okay, all right then. Right, sorry, can we behave now? Honorary Kardashian, you're lucky I got that in. Kendall Jenner was actually named after the Cumbrian market town Kendall. Oh, I love a bit of Kendall mint. What do you think, guys? Honorary Kardashian Kendall Jenner was named after the Cumbrian market town Kendall. Come on, Leslie Anthony. Do you think she was? Emma, what's your answer?
False.
Okay, rest of your answers, please. True or false? Please comment.
False.
False.
Okay, it was false. We're going to have one more quick go. Beards were taxed in 17th century Russia. What do you think, guys? Come on. Do you think
Say that again?
In Russia, in the 17th century, beards were taxed. If you had a beard, you had to pay tax on your beard. Pat Taylor, you're saying false. Is that correct? Keep coming, guys. Keep coming, because next will be your chance to win a reading, okay? Beards were taxed in 17th century Russia. Okay. True, says Jan Oaks. Can I have your answer, please?
I'd say true.
Okay.
I don't know why, but
can I have your answer?
Say true.
True.
True. Indeed, guys, it was true. Okay, so we've each got to give something in case somebody wins the reading. I'm not quite sure what we're going to do here. Z, I'm going to bring up a little picture for you guys, and I want you all to tell me, and the guys are going to help me decide on some prizes, whether it's a reading or whatever. Let's see who we can find. Okay, let's find this gorgeous guy here. Okay. Is it true or false that Elvis Presley said this statement when he was alive? Well, you know, I'd rather lose my voice than my hair. Oh, that's a tricky one, guys, isn't it? Did Elvis Presley say that he would rather lose his voice than his hair? Here's what I'm going to do, okay, because I'm thinking on my feet at the moment. You're going to say, Leslie got 3 out of 3 wrong, don't worry. Do not worry, okay? We'll put gemstones on. Charge up with it, Leslie. So if you get the answer right, then the girls are going to pick the right answer when I tell them, if they connect with that right answer, to pick someone for a reading that I will give. How does that sound? Okay, so the answers are... Okay, so Z's saying that Elvis loved himself. Okay, girls, let's have a quick chat as to what the possible answers could be. I mean, what's your feeling, girls? Give it to me.
I'm going true.
I'm going true.
I'm going false. I genuinely think that you can put a wig on, but you can't change your voice when you're Elvis Presley.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah,
I agree with you, Sam.
like
I agree with
hair.
you. But I think he would say, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure I heard somewhere that at some point, I don't know when it was, but at some point he actually got like quite annoyed with singing and wanted to take some time out. So maybe he said that during that point in his life.
But I happen to know.
Good thinking, Laura.
Z said Sam as being the rebel. I happen to know that one of the reasons that Elvis Presley, because I was a great Elvis Presley fan, and I read a lot of books on him, one of the reasons that he got upset with singing is because he was signed to do so many films with the same film studio that actually they once made him sing Old MacDonald. And I think that was like one of the bottom rungs for him, because he could sing anything, which actually I would even listen to Elvis sing Old MacDonald. But did he care more about his hair than he did his voice? Okay, drum roll, ladies and gentlemen, please give your head. Okay, it's false. He never said that. He never said
that. Right.
That never happens.
He wasn't. Oh my goodness me. There we go. So he didn't say that. So whoever said that's false, we need to fix a false person. Who said it was false in the ladies, please?
Got Nicola Mama.
Nicola.
Okay. Well, you've all said her name. So Nicola, if it's okay with you, I'm going to pick you for a reading. Let's have a little look. And you know what you can do? You can use all of us Lengro leading ladies to ask a question about anything else. Maybe you need some advice from Laura as well. Maybe Em has the British Oz perspective. Maybe Sam can talk about something other than Chris Evans. and maybe Jack knows a really good book to read about it. I mean, the possibilities are endless. It really is. So, Nicola Marmont, you got it. Let's have a little look and just pick one card for you. The Queen of Wands shows me that you do not feel in charge of your career at the moment and where it's going, Nicola. It also shows the need to empower yourself and slightly move sideways into what you love doing. So what you're doing as a career line at the moment isn't what you wanted to mold yourself into. I know I probably shouldn't give this advice, but if you can survive financially, I would say now is the time to move into what you want to do, because by spring, you could end up being permanently stuck. And we don't want that. So if you've got flexibility, then please do make the most of it as well. Leslie Anthony says, I bet if you had to choose the wrong answer, that I would still get that wrong. Oh my goodness. So, Sam, tell me more about these rollables and the things that you've been making for Lengro magazine as well. And I'll bring up a quick picture to inspire people about what they can do at home.
Wow, I wonder which picture you're going to bring up. That was not the picture I thought you were going to bring up. Wow, as we all know, I've been making lots of different things because we can't all afford Christmas this year. And I would just like to point out, I did show the very special picture, we'll say, of my bones to some lads in the office yesterday, and they agreed that they were dog bones, not anything else. Okay. But, you know, we are all on a budget this year. This year has been a crazy time. So we've just been seeing things that you can use around the house. So I was making lotions and potions this week. So I did the lovely lemon luxurious lotion, and then I did my Be Happy rollable.
You did indeed.
Go on.
Let me just bring up the rollables that you made as well. So if you have bought a Claire Lengro rollable, then don't forget you can refill it yourself as well with your essential oils. Let's have a little look at that. I'm trying to bring up some more. I had some great pictures, guys. Let's do another one. Let's do a Simon Cowell one very quickly, and then I'm going to get on some more readings. I'm also going to ask in the meantime, Laura.
Yes.
Nicola Marmont, while I'm just doing the Simon Cowell question, she wants to finish her spiritual healing. I've just drawn her a card and she's hitting a brick wall with it. So without putting you on the spot, can I ask you to address this when we've done this quiz? Is that okay?
Shall I pull an oracle card from my new deck?
Absolutely, please do. Guys and girls, if you want to have a reading, is it true or false? Did Simon Cowell say this? I'm obsessed with cleanliness for myself, so I will take a bath 3 times a day, sometimes a steam twice a day in addition to that. Ooh.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Well, that would also
I don't think it would surprise me about him either.
Yeah, I say that's true.
So guys,
I would
get answering, and I do know that a lot of my family in Blackpool, and indeed my Aunt Daisy as well, have all read for Simon Cowell as well. So they never said that to me about him, but we don't always tell everything, the finer details of things. He is very vain, says Z. It's a tough one, isn't it? I mean, surely you'd get really dry skin if you bathed and showered that many times. We're going to choose a winner from the followers, but I mean, what does your heart say about Simon Cowell?
I think it's true.
You think it's true? Okay. Well, while we keep deciding, Laura, could you go ahead with an oracle card, please, for the lovely Nicola?
Yes. So I picked one out, but actually 2 came out. So she's got, from this deck here, they're so beautiful. So there's Time Machine and the Royal You. So, Nicola, what I'm feeling for you is I feel like you need to go into some past life stuff here. I feel like there's skills that you've got from a past life that have been carried forward. And also with this Royal You, I think this goes back to that past life and owning your inner queen. And I feel like with your spiritual healing course, it depends what kind of healing it is that you're going into. Because when we talk about spiritual healing, there's lots of different ways. And I feel like for you to really kind of get back into it, you need to find your niche and what kind of healing it is. And by doing that, I feel like kind of maybe meditating and finding out what you've done in a past life, that will give you that oomph to get back into it, because it's like you're going to get back into the swing of things. So even though you haven't done it in this conscious life, you've done it before in a past life, and it's just finding that familiarity. Yeah, can't speak. Familiarity. Help me out.
Familiarity.
Put my teeth back in. So it's just about finding that, and you'll be drawn to something specific. So try not to blanket yourself with spiritual healing. Try and find your niche and your one type of healing that works best for you.
Do you know what, guys? Because it's my page sometimes, when I'm on my page, I kind of don't have to behave so much, really. And I think sometimes when we take people's problems, I think that, you know, we're getting near Christmas. I've drawn Nicola a card as a clairvoyant, sort of saying what I feel as a tarot card reader. You know, Laura Ann, you've dealt with that. Can I just come to you for a moment so we can give people a bit more TLC? Emma, Sam, Jack. So from your perspective, as far as Nicola's concerned, she's hit a brick wall with something that she wants to continue for her own personal growth. And I know that all of us at Lengro hit walls and we lift each other up. And just, can I come to you one by one and just ask you, you know, for Nicola and everybody out there struggling who is thinking, well, you know, my heart's not really in this, and they want to make that thing to do what they love. What advice have you got, ladies? Let's give some one-on-one for Nicola.
But I think, you know, your dreams don't have an expiry date. Yeah, expiry date. So I think, you know, you just take time out, give yourself a bit of time, and then go back to it. Just take a deep breath. You know, you haven't got the ideas or whatever it is to go at the moment. So just give it, you know, take a breather and then go back to it and start again. And then hopefully you'll be more inspired, you'll be more rested, and you know, and you can carry on. That's what I would do.
Yeah,
I agree with Jackie. Actually, I've been doing my diploma of early childhood for years and years and years. It's been like the longest course in the whole wide world. But I do know that in my heart of hearts that it's just something that I want to achieve for myself. And you know, I mean, maybe the actual course that you're doing, the support isn't there to encourage you. So maybe if you can get credits or something, you could possibly go to a different one. Can't find a trainer at the moment and hoping it can carry on online. Have 6 months left to finish course. Already done 6 months. Yeah, no, certainly. I mean, and I think this year, hopefully, they will take that into account, that, you know, things have been difficult. And so, you know, maybe you can apply for an extension, and also, you know, try and take a little bit of time out for yourself and think about, you know, your ideas and everything. But if it's something you want to do, you know, carry on with it. And I'm sure most trainers are quite good with extensions, I think.
Yeah, I completely agree with both Em and Jack. It's no surprise. 100%, I believe it's meant to be, it will be. And just because you're not feeling it right now doesn't mean to say that if you go away, do something that you enjoy or that relaxes you, it won't put you in a different headspace. And you can come back and take another run at it. 100%. Just take time for you. It's Christmas. Why not?
I'm going to come in from a completely different angle here. Yep. So something that I say to people, and I sent it out, I think it was in a post the other week, and I kind of said it's okay to change your mind. If you're like really into something and then you come to, obviously, if you feel like you still want to continue but forces are against you, then by all means. But if you get to a point where you feel like, actually, I don't want to do that, don't just stick with it just because you said you would. Like, your only commitment is to yourself. And if you don't feel that you're at a point now where that's right for you, then you don't need to do it. You don't force yourself to do something that doesn't feel right.
Yeah. I knew you had something else to say about that. I'm going to let you end in a moment with that. I'm going to butt in, and I want Laura to have the final word on this. But can I just say, Nicola, that, you know, you were set on a course, and I'm not saying anything bad about Sussex Healers Association. I'm saying this in general as a rule. If you set your sights on a path and where you put your faith into can't deliver, there are other people and deliver that for you. Maybe this is a signal and a blessing that they won't be able to finish it. And you know, investing 12 months with somebody who already is not set up, you know, when finances, you know, are what they are, then Laura, over to you, and then we'll take another question.
Yeah, well, I'm going to put a spin on. So if you're an avid watcher and you've seen me a lot, you'll notice that I've had quite a big haircut. I've had a lot of...
I was going to say, Laura, I've been meaning to say it the whole time. I was just trying to find a bit where I can get in to say I love your hair.
Thank you.
And a new colour.
I've had about 6 inches cut off my hair. I had a big old chop, and the ends of it was, I have got a point to get to. I'm not just going to brag about my haircut, but
Lovely.
the ends of it, yes, my hair was very long, but the ends were so dry, they were dead, and it was just sucking the nourishment out of the healthy bit. And kind of to myself, I put off having it cut and having it cut because I just wanted to have long hair. And the point that I'm trying to make is, yes, you can have it, and it almost becomes that kind of comfort zone, or because you've had it for so long, you don't want to get rid of it. But in actual fact, like kind of from a haircut and from a life point of view, I've had all that cut off and I didn't want to, but I know that it's going to grow back stronger and healthier, and I'm going to be better for cutting off that dead weight. And it's the same in life. When you cut it off, you're getting rid of all that soul sucking, energy sucking stuff there. So you want that to you want to cut off the dead ends, even if you really don't want to, because that's going to help you grow.
Absolutely love that. She says, I do, forces are against me. Feel like maybe it's not. It sounds to me like one of the organizations is against you, and you listen to signs. Well, can I just say,
I've had to go through 2 or 3 organizations with mine, and I finally found a good one. And it's very, very disappointing. I mean, the first one was shut down by the government. The second one just wanted money, and I finally landed on a good course. But if it is where your heart truly wants to go, you will stumble on the right provider. But if, like Laura says, if it's really, just something that you feel that you have to do, then let it go.
Can I just say as well, guys, that Rose Pierce is watching. She's not on. I should have sent you a link. I know she's busy working in Brighton in her salon, Organics, Waters Organics. Love you, Rose. I'm just saying that to get my roots done for free, actually, guys. But let's have a look on Lengro and we'll be back. I don't mean it. Love you, Rose.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to issue 30 of Lengro magazine. Yes, can you believe it? It's actually issue 30. I don't know where these weeks have gone. Well, this week we're talking about getting creative and cozy in the magazine. On our Twin Flames page, there's another micro story and a poem for you. On Gemma's Winging It, Singing It page, she's got some great tips for wrapping Christmas presents so they look beautiful. I personally think the wrapping is just as important as the gifts. Claire dishes the dirt on each star sign. The leading ladies have some more documentaries and some fab films for you, and also some rotten tomatoes. Kirsty tells us how to get back on track after the stress and worry that this year has brought. Mitch shares his cosy and warm memories of his grandparents, and he shows you how to get creative and cozy these days. Tatiana reveals her favourite fragrances for you. Laura's weekly chakra guidance this week is about the heart chakra. And she also encourages us to speak up for ourselves and to make some positive changes. She also has a great offer on her page if you need some help and support for your business. Sherry gives advice if you're feeling anxious and stressful with some great breathing exercises. Em has a brilliant interview with a wonderful artist this week. He also shares his story on his own page. And Jan tells us how she prepares for Christmas, and she's got some lovely craft ideas for you. Amanda has a simple ceremony you can do for the winter solstice. And Sam has some more great homemade gifts, such as her yellow lemon lotion. So check that out. Davina shows you how to make the perfect roast potatoes for Christmas. And I've got some books, pet news, and some pampering products on my page for you. So I hope you have a really great week and really enjoy the magazine. And I'll see you again next week. Bye.
Oh, I love Jax. Look, can you just say once more for me, yellow lemon lotion, quickly?
Oh, yellow lemon lotion. I had to practice that so many times.
Yellow lemon lotion, please.
Oh, brilliant.
Yellow lemon lotion.
Yellow lemon lotion.
Lemon lotion. I've lost it now. Okay,
I will 100% try and make them harder as the weeks go on, if you will.
It was actually lemon, yellow. What was
Luxurious lotion.
Luxurious lotion, but I thought that was too much of a mouthful. I thought,
yeah.
Guys, I just liked it because it played on words. I was like, yeah, sure. But I don't have to say it. It's fine.
Can I just ask, guys, as well, today is the last day for posting your Christmas presents to arrive in time. So if you would like to send anybody some healing bags, some zodiac bags, if you would like to get oiled up with Sam and I, or perhaps stick a rollerball in your pocket to be more discreet, also plenty of scrolls and lots else, guys, get in contact and do your Christmas shopping. But also, if you are short of funds, don't forget that in Lengro magazine at lengro.co.uk, there is so much to inspire you for Christmas, even on a budget. I'm going to be back later on today, and I'm going to be in the club. If you're not a member of the Claire Petulengro private members club, then get over and join now. It's where we have lots of intimate chats as well. Jack, I know that you and I are going to be doing some intimate evenings that we're going to plot later on tonight for the Lengro viewers to get to know me better and take me beneath the covers. Is that right?
Yes, we're going to get up close and personal with Claire, and I'm going to be asking you lots of questions, and we're going to be telling all the viewers some things that they haven't heard of before. So don't miss that.
So I do think it's fair to say, I give you all readings and say things on air that you might not want me to say. That's part of the sort of deal, really, isn't it? If you want to know something about me that I haven't answered, do inbox Jack and ask her. Laura Ann, I'd like to know what you've got coming up, please, so everyone can know where to find you.
Oh, I was live last night. I go live every Tuesday on my page at 8:45 UK time. But this week I've got my Phoenix Rising applications close on Friday. So if you want to get in, rise up in your holistic or spiritual business, get in by Friday. I've also got a special offer on my 2021 guides. So that's a 12-month projection for next year, which will give you an insight and chakra guidance for each of the 12 months. And that's currently got £15 off.
Oh, can I just say where that course is concerned, guys? I've actually paid out my own pocket and I have joined for Phoenix Rising because I found it so useful. So you won't be alone. I'll be in there as well. And I'll try and be the student. Sam, what mischief are you getting up to? And how is Santa in the grotto?
I was going to say, it's literally just all about the grotto for the next week. Obviously, I won't be live next Wednesday lunchtime because that's exactly where I will be.
Loading display presents, won't you, Sam?
I will, 100%. I am so good with the presents and the door for Santa. But no, it's great fun, still great fun. We've had lots of strange requests this year, but it's lovely to see the kids just absolutely loving it.
But are you good at wrapping the presents, Sam?
No. We'll put it this way. I gave poor Jude at work her present yesterday. I didn't have time to wrap it. I literally did a quick shove it in some paper job, and she told me it looked like a child had wrapped it. So
when we get off air, you need to go and check out the magazine and read Gemma's page, and she'll teach you how to wrap a present.
I use gift bags. That's my sort of level, but maybe I can learn something this week.
Sam, your page absolutely inspires me. It really does. Z, did I find a post office yesterday? I'm ashamed to say yes, we did, but I made Rich go to about 12 post offices because that's his job to actually stick them, over the counter and make sure they get to you guys. We have sent out some double orders because you guys were worried that you hadn't got things, only to find out they'd come twice. In Oz, it's very late now. Make me jealous. You have a spa, you have a hot tub, and summer's coming, isn't it? Or summer's there in it, really.
Well, it's very, very off and on. Yeah. Some days it's 38 degrees, and then today it was blowing a gale and probably only like 20 degrees. So one day you're absolutely sweltering and you can't sleep because it's so hot, and the next day it's freezing. Wow. So yeah, but that's spring for you. So, and that carries on till January, and then from January it's hot. So I should be plunging myself into cool water regularly.
That sounds absolutely amazing. Leslie Anthony, I always did the names wrong, didn't I? Leslie Anthony, as you will know by now, is my collaborator for the Hands Crystal and Gemstone Pirate's Treasure. So if you do have any questions or you would like bespoke jewelry made, she can help you and get you in time for Christmas. Do message her on here. She'll check your messages, or message me, and Leslie and I will sort it out together. We have done some amazing things. We've got charging plates fresh in stock, and plenty more coming your way. That even Richard has said okay to now. Over 70 items in our shop. So make sure you like, follow, and share all of our pages, guys, because we are here for you. Thank you for keeping me on track. I will be live later. So in the meantime, guys, I think all we can say is, well, Kushni Maldivas is Merry Christmas in my Romani language. I don't know how you say it in yours, guys, but Jack, you can sign off as you like in whatever language you feel is closest to your heart.
Yeah, just have a great week, everybody, and we'll see you again next week.
Lovely. Thank you, guys. We'll all see you soon. Bye.